I welcome you to Bible Times. I'm Willard Pless, and we're here to teach what the Bible is giving us about what's going on in this world. And I hope you can understand what I'm going to share with you today, that we look at things and what's going on and how things are happening in this world, and when we look at this, we understand that 2024 and 2025, this is where we are, is a playover of Jesus's last 24 hours. The last day that he lived. And we look at it as relation to the months. Now, if you're looking at this thing, I want us to realize that we're using the Bible calendar that the Bible uses. And it's the one that God gave to Israel when they left Egypt. And when you look at this starts in April, as we use the Bible or the time today, that this starts in April. So we're looking at Jesus's 24 hours, his last 24 hours, and the Jewish time runs from 6 o'clock till 6 o'clock. 24 hours here. We're looking at the last 2 years. The first year, 2024, is going through the night when they come into the garden and got him and tried him through the night. But here in 2025, we're looking at when they took him to the cross. And we're looking at the 24 hours as being related to the 24 months here, because each year has 12 months. And we're looking at this as being a playover of this time. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but where we are right now here in 2025, we're in July. Now at 6 o'clock, if you're looking at the clock, at 6 o'clock, this is the month of April. And then you go to 7 o'clock, that's May. And you go to 8 o'clock, that's June. And then 9 o'clock is July. So we're looking at these months here as we go through the time that we're going through here. So what happened here in July, see, this is the time that Jesus would have been put on the cross. Because 2025 is taken in the 12 months, which is the last 12 hours. So 9 o'clock would have been when they put Jesus on the cross. This is when he was crucified. So it's not Jesus on the cross this time. It's the world. See, the world just got crucified. And Israel is very much a part of this. And so as we travel on here, when we come to the sixth hour, which will be 12 noon. See, this is when we come to October. And this is when the things turn dark. So when we get to October and we enter into the darkness time, it's going to be a very bitter time in this world. And the book of Revelation teaches this. And I don't know if you can follow this or not, but this is what we're seeing. We're seeing this play over. And when we get to October, the time of the darkness came up on the earth when noontime come and the darkness went for 3 hours. So we're going to have October, November, December, and January. And we learned that in January is when Jerusalem's going to be flooded. This is when Israel's going to start fleeing, and Satan's going to send a flood after them. See, this is Revelation chapter 12 given us. And this is what we're looking at. The last 2 years, 24 and 25, which we're looking at as it started in April. See, that's the Bible calendar. It starts in April. And if you look at last year in April, see, this is when the sun turned to darkness on April the 8th of 2024. So the first part, the year started with the sun turning to darkness. And then when we come to March here in 2025, see, this is when the moon turned to blood. See, this is what Joel is talking about in his prophecy that Peter talked about there in Acts chapter 2. I don't know if you can see all this or not and understand it. But this is what's going on. This is a playover of the 24 hours that Jesus, his last 24 hours, which is his last day on earth. And when we come to January, see, that's going to be at the 9th hour. And that's when things are going to be flooded. And when we come to noontime, which will be in October, see, that's the darkness. That's when the things are going to turn very bitter in this world, and darkness is going to flow over the land, and it's going to be a bad time. And we need to understand this, And see, when you look at all this, you realize that Jesus is coming soon. His resurrection is going to be his coming. See, he's going to return in conjunction with his resurrection when he rose from the dead. And see, that was on the third day. So from we look at the time of the clock, at 3 o'clock, and then 3 hours later is when he rose. And so when we're in January, this is when he gave up his life on the cross. So when we come back to April, now we can't know the day or the hour. We know that. But you can know the time and season. And Jesus taught that. He said you can know the time and the season. He's given that in Matthew chapter 24. Because he's given the signs of the times. And see, Joel talks about the last two signs that will show up. And see, that happened at the beginning of 24 was the sun turned to darkness. And then in March of 25, that blood moon came on the 14th of March, this last March. And I don't know if you can look at this and kind of put all of it together and think about what's going on, but we want to look at things and understand, and we want to be a part in every way that we possibly can, and I hope I can help you kind of get stirred up in a way to start looking at this and start paying attention of what's going on and what's really happening. Now, you can look at a lot of things. You can even see when we come to 2000 that this world changed. And we've been in the 24 years. When we come to April, this last time, that was the end of the 24. And we're now in the extended year. See, this is a playover of Abraham's 24 years in the flesh, and then circumcision, then a year later that Isaac was born. Same thing with Jacob when he went off to Haran and spent the 24 years almost, and came back in the land. When he came back to Bethel there, and then when he repented and turned the flesh away, put Jacob away, and then Benjamin was born, and Jesus will be returning to this world like Benjamin. He'll come as a warrior, and that's how who Benjamin turned out. He turned out to be a great warrior. And we're looking at these things. I don't know if you can understand, but I hope you can. And you need to walk with Jesus. You can't see things and understand things if you don't walk with Jesus. You got to walk with him, and He's the one that gives you understanding to be able to see things and understand things the way that you need to. And I hope you do that. And so we're going to close here, and so God bless you, and you have a great day.